Folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Gallery, and today we are going to check out this new kit from SoftFlex company. This is their design kit, Wild Mushroom. Now, when I checked, they did still have some, so if you're interested, you might want to hop on over there, because I know that Sarah is doing the reveal, and once she does the reveal, a lot of people do hop over and decide that they want to get it. So, like I said, this is the Wild Mushroom Design Challenge Kit. It's $36.95, and we're going to open it in just a minute and see what's in there. Now, also still available is the Wild Mushroom bead strand. This is an extra purchase. I didn't check its price. I think it's probably $12.95, but just in case, there you go. And SoftFlex is a small company based out of Sonoma, California, and they always say that their kits should have everything you need to get started with a design other than the tools. So it comes with this card in every time. So this card states, SoftFlex mystery design kits contain everything you need to bead except for the tools. Beads, wires, crimps, findings, and more, as I said. Also on this card is their information for contacting them, their website, and a toll-free number and a regular number. On the back of this card is the rules for participating in the Design Kit Challenge, and here are the few basics for participating. Number 1, buy your mystery kit when it goes on sale. Limited quantities are available. As I said, I checked. There were still some before I started this video, but I don't know how long they'll last. Number 2, join our SoftFlex very important beading studio group on Facebook, if you aren't already. Number 3, please do not reveal the contents of your mystery kit when you receive them. This way, others can enjoy the surprise opening theirs too. Usually, on the last Wednesday of the month, that would be the 27th of August this month, log into the SoftFlex Company Facebook page or YouTube channel and watch us unbox the kit and make a few designs, or you can watch at your own convenience as all videos are permanently available. Number 5, now it's your turn. Post pictures of your designs in the VIB group by the deadline posted. Every design you post is an entry to win our next available kit. You may use supplies from your own stash as long as you can see kit items in each design, and the winner is chosen at random. Now, when they say that you can post, they mean after Sarah does her reveal, not prior. So you can now post, because Sarah has done her reveal. So let's turn this over and open it up, and we'll get started on this. Inside the package is our list of what we are going to be getting. This first half before the dotted lines are available starting on August 27th. Under the line are only available in the kit. So if you want some of these items that's at the top, you can go check that out. But the kit items, these ones down here, unfortunately, you cannot get. So let's open our package up here. Go. Now remember, this is called Wild Mushroom, so I'm sure there's lots of browns in here, which we can see that there are. So let's look at this first. This was given to me by a friend. I did not purchase it, so I'm not exactly sure how much it cost, and it is a separate purchase. As I said, it was given to me by a friend. She said she'd ordered 2. She didn't need 2, and she would send this second one to me. So this is the Wild Mushroom bead mix, or bead strand, I should say. Ooh, look at the sparkle on those paves. So these are some pretty nice beads. There's a nice melon bead. I'm trying to see if this is a large hole, but I don't think it is. But very pretty bead strand. As I said, it was a gift. I do not know how much it cost for sure, but they used to be $11.95, but they may have had to raise them to $12.95. I'm not positive. So I think this is a very pretty bead strand, but we're going to get it back in its bag so we don't have to worry about knocking everything all over the place. And as I said, this was a gift. So I always appreciate that. So put that aside. That pretty. And we'll not put these things out and see what we got here. I can see we already that we have some bamboo beads and some of the large hole ceramic beads in here. So this is the Jesse James Wild Mushroom Kit. It's made exclusively, as is that bead strand, for SoftFlex company, so you're not going to find it anywhere else. Looks like we have copper findings. Oh, but this owl is silver. Isn't that interesting? Well, let's put this aside for right now, and let's see what they are telling us we got. Well, we got SoftFlex Butterscotch Imperial Topaz 019 medium beading wire. This is a 10-foot spool, which costs about $8.49 in case you're interested. So that is our beading wire this time, is the Butterscotch. Then we have the SoftFlex 2x2 millimeter copper crimp tubes. They usually give us 20, and it looks like that's what there is again. I will tell you that the copper crimp tubes have a larger, their inner diameter is smaller, so you can get 2 strands in. It's a little more difficult to get 3. Not saying you can't, because I can, but it's a chore, so to speak. Copper ear wire with ball. Now, I'm going to read the second one as well. That is a 12 millimeter copper lobster claw, because they always put them in the same bag. So we have the little copper lobster claw. Now, I probably won't use this on many things because, well, my hands are getting older. They want something a little bit larger than that. And then we have 2 pair of the copper ear wires. So there we go. Findings. Always a good thing to have. Next up on the list is a 10 millimeter brown ceramic beads. That's these guys, and they are large holes. See, they have a darn good size hole in there. They're great for on leather and such. So that's what I tend to use them for, is when I'm making something with leather. I really like these ceramic beads for that. Next, we have a teeny tiny ceramic blue mushroom. Teeny tiny ceramic blue mushroom. Ah, is that you? Yes, that is you. It's a cute little guy, but it looks like it's the only one. Though, like I said, this is on above, which means that this can be used, or you can get more of these on the website if you want. So let's put this little guy away. Next is Green Girl Studio Mushroom Toggle. Mushroom Toggle. So okay. When I thought a toggle, I was thinking 2 pieces, and this is 1 piece. And how that works is you do a loop, and then this goes into it, into your loop, and then it pulls tight with the, oops, don't lose your little piece there, Rose. That would not be good. So anyway, like I said, that's what happens is here. I'll show you. Do I have a piece of SoftFlex out anywhere that we can use? I thought I had some extra here, but I cleaned my mat the other day. I do have some that I'm using here, so for this necklace I'm working on. So what you do is you make a loop like so, and then this goes in and through, and then it hooks like that. So very cool. It doesn't have to be beading wire. It could be some chain, anything that it is can go through, and it can grab with this bow here. So that's what that is. And apparently you can get some more of these if you want them. Next is our Jesse James custom bead mix. This is here. We will look at it later. We're going to drop down below the line. These are items that were bought specifically for the kit, so they will not be available for purchase. So let's sort of divide these up here. Looks like we have some bamboo here. Oops, that's not a bamboo. That's something entirely different. So I only have 3 of those? Looks like maybe so. Okay, there's my bamboo. We have, looks like both transparent and matte of these style of beads. Whoa, well, it went right where I wanted it to. And this is what's next on our list. 6mm simple cut style glass beads, amethyst. So it looks like we have 12 of those. Next is Japanese bamboo in dark brown, these guys. And frankly, this looks sort of more gray than dark brown to me, but I'm not going to complain. I like it. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Looks like I got 13. That's a weird number. But that's all right. So that's the bamboo. Next we have a check glass bead mix, which is, well, I guess it's these guys. 4 of the matte, 3 of the regular. And then well, nope, these guys go in here too. Those are 3 of these little, where is your hole? Nope, it's right here. So they go this way. So that is our check glass bead mix. Because our last thing, nope, not the last thing. We have one here. I almost forgot it. Rust brown travertine tri-cut oval bead strand. You know, these are glass. When I was messing them around, I thought they were wood because of their color, but they are a glass bead. And lastly, we have this owl charm, which is bisected. As you can see, it wiggles around, so he's pretty cute. So that is the last item from our list. And so now we need to get in the Jesse James bead pack. Our Jesse James SoftFlex Company Wild Mushroom Bead Kit. I have taken the tape off so we can get this open easier, because they always put a couple pieces of tape on it. And I'm going to dump these into a dish, and we'll look and see what we've got here. So it looks like we have 2 of these big twisted faceted ovals in this topaz brown color. I think those are gorgeous. It's one of my favorite things, probably. Then we have, looks like 2, yep, 2 little purple square flat squares. They have a white running through them. Very interesting. We have some little rust-colored roses. Now, the only thing I have against these, as they tend to be one-sided, and so if they hit the wrong way, they'll roll over sideways on you, which I don't appreciate, so that you know the back is flat. But being flat, it sometimes works really good for a bracelet, because if it's sitting there, it doesn't generally roll around when it's on a bracelet. So there's 4 of those. They're sort of a rust color. We have 2 melon beads, which are brown with a white stripe in them, or maybe they're white with a brown stripe, but they're very pretty. I like them. How big is that hole? I'm not sure if that hole's big enough to go on leather or not. It might be. So then we have some like mustard yellow rondelles, 4 of those from what I can tell here. Yeah, 4. Tries to always get stuck in my fingers. Then we have a couple of brown teardrops. These are a smaller sized teardrop, but they're very pretty. Next we have some purple faceted barrels. Looks like we have 4 of these. They're very pretty. And now we have some gold, well, they're not really gold. They are gold in color, but they have been coated to give them this gold. Looks like we have 6 of those. And then we have some purple. It's a very deep, well, is that purple or is it brown? It might be brown. There's 4 of these bicones. Now we're getting into the metals, though this is hardly a metal. It's a, well, it might be a metal underneath. These look like little tiny ball spacers, except for their metallic purple. So I'm going to bring those up so you can see them better. See little metallic purples? That's cute. So that's a nice tiny little spacer. Then we've got some bead caps. Looks like we have 4 of those in gold. Then we have some larger, looks like stamped ball spacers. 4, 5, 6. Looks like we have 8 of these. They're pretty neat. Oops, get back up there. Then we have, well, these are an interesting sort of flower spacer, but their coloration, some of them look more silvery, some of them look more gold. I think it's just the plating. Looks like, oops, looks like one's on the floor. So we have 7 in my hand and 1 on the floor. And then we have some washer spacers in gold, and it looks like there's 12 of those. So there is our Jesse James bead pack. I think there's some really pretty beads in there, aren't there? I like them. So let's get these picked up and let's talk about things a bit. Got the Jesse James beads back in their packet. Well, other than the one on the floor, let's get the other things back out and we'll look at the whole shebang together. So we have our wire. We have the little travertine beads strand, the ceramic large hole bead strand, our crimp tubes, our owl and our toggle, our findings, the ear wires and the lobster claw, and then our beads, which I have repackaged so they're individual packages so that they're easier to find what I want. So we have our glass bead pack, our little bamboo beads, and lastly we have the little tiny mushroom and the amethyst beads. So there is our kit in totality all together here. And I think that's very interesting. There's some interesting bits and pieces in here. I really like the little mushroom. It's cute. The bamboo beads are always nice. They're very lightweight and so pretty. I would have preferred getting the more transparent rather than the matte of these, but they're pretty. And in this kit, I think my favorite things are those big twisted ovals, faceted twisted ovals. So very, very pretty kit. If I were going to do without something in this kit, it would probably be the lobster claws and the ear wires, because I usually use lever back ear wires and a 16 millimeter lobster claw, because these are just getting too small for my hands. I'm 68 years old now, and they just are a little bit tiny. So there we go. There's our kit. So that is our design challenge kit, Wild Mushroom, from the SoftFlex company. As I've said before, they are a small company based out of Sonoma, California, and they make some pretty lovely kits. This kit, when I checked, like I said, there was some left, and it's $36.95 if you're interested in the kit. And I think it's rather pretty. Like I said, I really love that little mushroom. I really didn't need the findings per se, because I won't use them, because like I said, I have older hands, and I prefer a much larger lobster claw. So that's the only thing I have against it. But yeah, I think it's a really pretty kit. And I think we'll be using quite a bit of it. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll see you all later. Bye-bye.